Last month I collected 40K profit from my AI agency. My name is Harold and I'm only 21 years old. Yeah, so after trying e-commerce, Amazon FBA, dropshipping, I realized that model wasn't scalable. So I made a switch to AI business models, but it wasn't as people were teaching on YouTube, okay? Because I wasn't selling a small chatbot, I was selling booked appointments, reminders, follow-ups, and also sales while they sleep, right? It's very easy to make your first 5 to 10K per month because you only need, for example, 5 clients at 2 grand per month to hit your first $10,000 because the offer is so no-brainer that these companies will pay you for that service and that outcome that you will bring for their business. So if you're in your 18, 25 years old, there's no better moment than right now to leverage AI to make your first 10, 15, $20,000 per month. So guys, if you're watching this, stop scrolling and take action right now. Welcome guys to this free course where I'll break down the AI gold rush. And guys, let me just be honest, this course is not the usual course that you will see on YouTube with fancy editing popping over my head to keep your attention, because this is pure value on how to sell AI to businesses and how to build yourself as the asset and the missing puzzle to the market. So now everyone wants to work with you because you are the expert selling this technology to businesses. I'm not talking about how to make money creating AI short forms on YouTube, TikTok. This is pure value and based on experience, because everyone is talking about this new gold rush that's changing the whole world. You guys are lucky because when I started, guys, let me tell you, nobody was talking about AI. For me, it was very hard. And right now, 2025, and soon in 6 months, 2026, since everyone knows about AI, you guys can also jump into this new era. And the real question is, are these businesses going to make a partnership with you or with your competitors? Okay, so guys, stay tuned, because at the end of this free course, you will learn how to sell AI, how to build your agency, how to find clients. And if you follow my blueprint, guys, I promise you, you'll be able to make your first 5 to 10K per month. This is free. And let me tell you, this video wasn't supposed to be to the public. The reason why is I had so many messages about people wanting to sell this technology that I had to do it. Okay, let's just break down the misconcept of AI. I'm not talking again about AI callers, AI setters, AI automations, AI SMS, or even AI chatbots. I'm talking about AI ecosystems that you can learn and sell to businesses, and they'll pay for it because you're solving a big pain point into the market. Okay, so guys, if you're here, you might be, Harold, who are you, right? So guys, I'm the co-founder of MyData Solutions. I've been into this game of AI since 3 years ago. Okay, as I said, I was very broke back in time. That's the truth. I only had $20 on my bank account. I was working at 2 jobs, right? I was working from 7 a.m. to midnight just to be able to have some funds and just test the market. Okay, because back in time, I promise you, learning about AI was so hard, not only because back in time AI voice agents were not possible, but also because nobody was even talking about it. So I gotta be honest, I lost so much money because I tried so many things, like for example, going to Dubai at 35 degrees and try to sell commoditized offers like chatbots for customer support in the Dubai market. And guess what? I failed. But at some point, with all the failures, it comes with knowledge. And that's when last month I was able to cash collected, as you guys can see here, 50K on revenue with my agency. Okay, I was in Dubai, working with my partner. So guys, follow also my IG page if you want to see what I do also for my clients. But guys, I promise you, once you understand how the market is moving, you will be able to make these type of numbers. Okay, and if you don't believe me, you can also see a breakdown about Serge, where he showcased my success with my business partner Venture on how we sell AI to businesses for $12,000 upfront, $15,000 upfront. But guys, that will be another level. But the goal right now is to show you guys that I'm a real expert in what I'm going to say. Okay, so stay to the end, take a notebook, and let's get into it. Okay. So just before starting, guys, is this free course the right fit for you? Let me tell you, as I said, this course is not about fancy editing. This is just pure value. Again, take a notebook, learn about it, okay? Because if you hear, you might be an agency owner tired of commoditized offers. For example, it could be you guys are selling websites, automation, chatbots, or just content for your clients. Maybe right now you're even someone tired of their 9 to 5, or maybe even a student who knows school isn't for them and that they deserve more. And guys, I can relate to you because I was the same type of people before learning how to sell in the right way AI to businesses. Again, I promise you guys, if you stay to the end, you'll know exactly how to sell AI. And guys, why is it for free? Let me tell you, I remember when I started, there was nobody, let me tell you, nobody giving me the right advices, tips, or even blueprint. Because guys, back in time, there were a few videos talking about selling AI. And even today, a lot of videos on YouTube or even Instagram are only made by people who never actually had an agency or even a real business, okay? So I feel so concerned about people texting me, Harold, how can I sell AI in the right way? After all these messages, I was like, let's break down how to do it in the right way. Because yeah, I learned from the big guys like Liam Otley back in time when, I met him in Dubai the first time that I went there. Also, as you guys can see here, Ty Lopez was one of the best mentors that I had on this dinner that I had last year with him. So many value that I spent over $300 in 2 years on programs, ads, mentors, masterminds around the world to now understand what's working and how to start if I was a beginner again. Because let me tell you, you don't need coding experience. You don't need 10 years of experience into the market. You just need to understand how's money moving and how can I position myself into the authority in the market to sell AI, okay? So if right now you're watching this video, again, do me a favor, grab a notebook, take notes, because otherwise, guys, you won't be able to retain anything from this video. And while we're here, guys, don't forget, please, to comment, subscribe, and support the channel for more content. It's also free as this course, okay? So guys, I'm very excited. Let's get into it, okay? Okay, guys, so the first part is understanding what are businesses looking. There's a lot of niches, okay? Let me tell you, for example, there's med spas, there's law firms, dental clinics, contractors, beauty salons, and even more. Guys, all of them have problems. And all of these businesses, they need, guess what? They need money. So how do these businesses make money? They need leads, which is people interested in their services. They need appointments from these leads to right now see the company and use their services. But how can someone book an appointment from a lead if they don't have trust? So what do they need? Again, branding and visibility. What I'm saying for that, for example, it could be content. The right way right now, as myself right now, to position these companies as the authority is by showcasing their expertise. Truth is, even with all these systems, they all need staff to manage their business. Can be to book the appointments, to qualify the leads, to also do some branding, have visibility, right? And the last part, they also need systems. How? Well, if they have staff, if they have a whole ecosystem that brings money to their business, they all need a location on how to stock all these data. So for the next week, they know how many leads, opportunities they had, how many people book an appointment, how many people had trust before making business with these companies. Also, how many people do I have to pay? And also, how can I automate the business? Let me tell you, the old solution was very basic, and thank God back in time it was also good. But guess what? in 2025 things change. Let me tell you, before, the way how you guys could make money was with SMMA. It was a different model than the AI marketing agency, okay? So the social media marketing agency was very commoditized. Your options were sell a website, for example, do ads for your clients, do SEO, do copywriting, do reviews for your clients, and even other commoditized services. But guess what? In 2025, businesses are more educated. Guess what? You don't have the luxury right now to tell someone, hey, by the way, I'm going to make your website for $10,000, $5,000, because they know they can go on Fiverr or even Upwork to subcontract these services. Even if they need, for example, someone to hire for their services, for example, for sales, they can hire setters paid by commission. So even setting agencies were commoditized at some point because they were educating in how can I pay less for these services. So guess what? They weren't going to countries like, for example, India, Philippines, Morocco, where they can pay for cheaper cost labor for their businesses. And guess what? If you have these problems, your only option to make money was by lowering your price. So making 5 to even 10K per month was very hard because one, competition was very, very high. And also, if competition was selling the same services as your agency, the only way on how to really make money was charging maybe $500, $1,000 for your services. And guess what? Even through this money, not everything was profit because you had to pay softwares, maybe even staff members, maybe even setters if you outsource for your agency. And guess what? Your revenue is inconsistent. Cost keeps rising. And guess what? Even if you were making 10K per month, the profits were maybe even 5K. But you were working like crazy, maybe even 24/7 to make results to your clients. So right now you might be, Harold, okay, so how do I make money? Let me ask you this question. Let's say there's a 10-kilogram fitness program, okay? Coach 1 offers a 60 days program with a meal plan, with a fitness plan, and the other one offers the same thing, okay? One of them costs $800, the other one costs $100. Who will win? Okay, of course, Coach 1. Let me tell you why. Because the only way on how to compete to the market was with a price-based offers, okay? And you don't want to grow with this type of models. Otherwise, as I said, revenue will be inconsistent, okay? So right now that I explained how the market was moving before, why it was very hard to scale, and also with this example, you might understand where I'm going. Now, let me ask you another question right now. Let's say there's two coaches, again, the same program, but right now, one offers a program for mothers who give birth, but the offer is you guys have a meal plan, you have a fitness plan, you have a weekly performance plan, and also you guys have yoga, you guys have a pool class, and also I can keep the baby, okay? Even through this program, right, is cheaper, guess what? Mothers will only go with this coach. The reason why is if you right now, let's say you're a mother watching my offer, you are very concerned about this offer who is made for your current situation. And guess what? The biggest problem, even through people were trying to sell commoditized offers before, is they were trying to close everyone. So you don't have to be first someone who go broad for your services. You need to right now be the expert in a specific market. So even through there's competition, even through, let's say right now, all of you guys, let's say 10,000 viewers want to sell AI, you know that all of you guys have different niches. And that's the beauty of 2025, even sooner in 6 months, 2026. You guys will be able to also be different from the others, okay? And guess what? Again, coach 2 will win because your offer is made to the market, okay? Now, let me ask you this question. What are the patterns you guys are watching right now? I'm not an expert certified fitness coach. I'm not someone who is maybe a nutritionist. What I'm doing right now is understanding the market and understanding the pain points of someone so I can create an offer who is a no-brainer, right? And that's the problem people do every single time. You guys are only watching tutorials on YouTube on how to create small tools. Let me tell you, even from experience, a lot of people are AI engineers, maybe coders, and truth is, I make more money than them. The reason why is, again, you need to understand what is the market looking for, okay? So if you didn't understand what I said, let me explain. Right now, the Gold Rush teach people that you need to learn how to sell a small AI chatbot, learn automations, create an AI caller, create AI SMS, AI follow-ups, or even other AI commoditized offers. Let me tell you, even through AI is getting popular right now, even if your AI caller or AI setter, let's say you guys want to charge $1,000 per month, guess what? They can still go on Fiverr, hire the same people to create this solution. If they go on Fiverr for a small chatbot, guess what? There's a guy maybe in Mexico who might charge $200 upfront. So right now they don't have to spend any more money per month. So even through your system is very, very good with AI, they will say, hey, by the way, Harold, right now I can just go on Fiverr and hire someone on Upwork who will do for even 90% less of your price, okay? If you sell an AI setter, the truth is they don't want to be the experiment, okay? What they will do is they will go on something more reliable. Guess what? Human setters paid by commission, closers paid by commission. So their only risk is paying someone when they cash collected. So guess what? Even if your AI voice agent is very realistic, they will go with what's working right now. Or even through right now your offer is $1K per month, guess what? They can again go outsource this type of work and hire, for example, a VA or an assistant who will just do, for example, qualify the prospects and even more. So guess what? Again, even through you sell AI, your offer is commoditized. Again, what is the patterns that you guys are seeing? I'm not an AI tool creator. I'm a market reader. And here's the reality, guys. The AI Gold Rush is commoditized. The SMMA model is commoditized because these two offers are, again, the same thing. Because let's say you only focus on creating AI agents. Guess what? Business will tell you, I don't have a lot of volume to pay you $1K per month, $2,000 per month. So I prefer to do it with myself or my wife to take care of it. Option 2, if you only sell, for example, ads, guess what? They'll say your leads are not qualified or even your appointments are not qualified, because what happens usually is even through right now you take care of the automation of their businesses. If they don't have a lot of volume, your offer doesn't mean nothing to them. There's no value. And if you sell ads, the truth is business owners are lazy. That's why they'll book a call with you for your services. But guess what? Let's say even if you're a killer in the market with the SMM model, there's clients who will be so lazy that at the end of the month, they will blame their results. Even through the month, they were lazy and they didn't call nobody. And even if they can't, guess what? There's so much volume that they can't handle everything. So every single month, you have the risk of this guy saying, you know what, Harold, let's pause the system because your leads are not good and I don't have the right volume. So again, revenue will be inconsistent. Let's say right now you made $10,000. Maybe next month it will be 5K. Okay. So guys,
right now, I hope you understand how the market is moving, okay? Because as I said, if you don't read the market in the right way, this will be your situation every single month, even if you sell AI. So right now, let me tell you, what businesses are looking for is saving time for their business and also how to make money. These two patterns here are connected. There's no money without time, and there's no time with money. So the way how you do it, for example, if it's to save time, you need to create automations. You need to create systems, right? With the automations, you need to create a CRM. If you don't know what's a CRM, it's a platform where these businesses will keep all the leads, all the appointments, they will have summaries. Basically, it's where everything is operating inside of their business. So you also need to learn how are these businesses moving in terms of operations. You will need to qualify these leads for them. And of course, you will need to be the expert once you create these whole systems. For example, it could be to create the right cold call script, the right setting script. There's a lot of ways to be the expert. And let me tell you, how do they convert this system into money is by having leads, appointments, setters to convert these opportunities into qualified appointments, also closers. So right now, when lead comes in, there's setters who qualify people to appointments, and right now there's some guy who will take the money out of this new opportunity. And also you will need how to create funnels with sales workflows. There's no point on creating AI voice agents if you don't know how to approach a prospect for their niche. And that's why, guys, I'm saying don't focus on the tools, focus on how to read the market. The reason why, guys, is if right now you create a small AI setter connected with lead generation, if your script for your AI is not made in the right way for your ICP, ideal client customer, let me tell you, they'll be very mad. And guess what? Again, next month, you'll have no clients. So guys, this is the reality. You need to create every single system based on these features. And guess what? The more of these parts over here that you put into the glass of the value, the more you can price. Let me tell you why. If you don't put all these points into the glass of value, guess what? Your price, even if it's $200 per month, will seems very expensive. But guess what? If you put more of these values into the value glass, guess what? Again, your price will be a no-brainer. And that's why you need to sell AI ecosystems. Why? Because your goal is not to create some fancy tools. Your goals at the end of the day, for every single business, they need to save time and money. And the only way how you do it is creating a lead generation system plus an automated system to convert this attention into money. Okay. So guess what? You don't have to sell your AI system with only the word AI. You need to sell outcomes. Do you really think that the mother over here knows how to eat in the right way, how to do yoga classes, how maybe to swim? No. The only reason why is because they see this coach as the expert for their problem. And the way how you do it is, again, knowing the market. What's the problems some businesses are facing? And now you create this whole AI ecosystem based on these problems, because you don't want to have a gap with a shitty offer. You want a no-brainer offer. Every single time people will come, they will be, this is made for my problems. I want to invest. You don't have to focus on how can I build a fancy website? How can I create a realistic AI voice agents? How can I be a good copywriter, or even more? Let me tell you, for example, if you create a real estate offer, they will need home buyers, they will need home sellers. Why? Because home buyers, for example, they can sell the house to these people. And the people here who want to sell their house, guess what? They will sell to these people. And guess who will make a commission out of this? It will be a broker. How do I know this? Because I learned the market. Guess what? They don't have these people randomly. That's what they need. How do you do it? You can create a lead generation campaign to bring people who want to buy a house, and also a lead generation campaign to attract people who want to sell a home. How do you qualify these people? Can be with organic content for your clients, can be with a landing page where you can ask their budget, how much are they willing to buy their house, when. That's why you need to understand even your clients. Yes, they want these two type of profiles, but these people, what do they want? Okay, so it's very tricky because you need to understand your ICP, what do they want, plus what their clients want. And once you understand that, that's when you can create retention, because every single month you will provide to these businesses what they really want. Okay, cool, Mr. Broker, you don't have time to qualify these people. Guess what? I'm gonna build a CRM where every single time there's a prospect, a home buyer, or a home seller, you can track all of these people. You will never have to go on your phone and try to think which phone number comes from who. On my CRM, my system, you'll have their name, address, phone number, email, maybe even how much money they have up front. And that's where you bring speed to lead. Because let me tell you, Mr. Broker, if you don't call the prospect in the right way and with the right speed, they will go see your competitors. And that's why right now I know that might be with some visits for new home buyers or home sellers. And if you take my AI system, you will be able to have booked appointments 24/7. Guess what, guys? I'm doing again the same thing. I'm just reading the market. What are these people looking for? Right now, it was with mothers. Right now, it's with brokers, okay? And guess what? That's where the after state come. Results for your clients. And if you provide, as I said over here, an ecosystem that runs smoothly, that provide what they want, and that provides the outcome, guess what's gonna happen? The next month, they will pay you again. So guys, right now, who can afford my offer? That's another thing you guys need to understand, because if you don't have an avatar buyer, good luck. It doesn't mean that you know how a broker or even a mother is working and understanding when do they buy. That's not how it works, because even though the brokers or the mothers have the same pain points, truth is not everyone can buy your ecosystem. And that's when you guys will need an avatar buyer. Let's go again with brokers. What are these people usually making? Is this 10K per month? Is it 50K per month? What is the average income of these people? So how do I know what's the best avatar buyer? Let's say right now you work with brokers again. You need to understand their state. How much are they making? Okay, cool. Are they paid by commission, by transaction, or by opportunities? How are these people making money? Let's say they sell a 500K house. Let's say they make, I don't know, 10% or 5% out of this money. Of course, they make 20K per client. Of course, how many of them are in XYZ area? Let's say you are in New York. How many brokers are in New York making this amount of transactions and commission per house that they sell? So now based on these numbers, you know that money will never be a problem if they make, let's say, 20K per month and you charge 1K. Because let me tell you, even if someone comes on the call and they have a problem, if you have so much trust and content, testimonials, and proof that your system works, guess what? Money will not be a problem. So right now you might be, okay, Harold, I want to start from scratch. How do I create trust? Let me tell you, the right way on how to create trust is by speaking their language. That's what I say, guys. The first part is, of course, having the right ideal client customer profile. Once you understand how they move, you can know who can buy your system. Once you understand that, you can now dig down into the pain points of your ICP and avatar buyer. So when they jump on a call, your system is so complete and it answers to their problems that it will be a no-brainer offer. And when we talk about an offer, yes, of course, it's a system created with AI and lead generation. But right now, the truth is you need to price your model in the right way. Okay, as I said, they're paid by commission. Let's say again, they make 20K per month. Okay, this means, are these people cash collecting by a closed deal? Is it in 7 days, 30 days? When are these guys cash collecting the money? Because when you understand how's the money moving for your clients, you will know if your niche or the way how you cash collect money for your agency will be consistent. There are some businesses that might cash collect in 30 days or sometimes even 7 days. So you know that if you provide results, you can create, guess what? Again, consistency with your revenue. You also need to think, how are these people usually spending per month? Let's say they have 20K, maybe $2,000 go on rent, 500 can go groceries. So in the whole money of 20K, they might make, for example, 5K profit. So I know that if I charge $2,000 per month for them, again, if I speak their language and I understand their pain points, they will pay me. Okay. So let's get into the point of, should I charge retainers upfront by commission or pay per result? Let me tell you, if you were thinking to go into these ways, you will lose money because the journey of new agencies has changed. Okay. And the reason why is you will see a lot of people chasing trends on how to sell AI for 15K, 10K upfront. But let me tell you, when you start, you can't have the luxury to lose every single opportunity, because when a prospect show up to a call, it's like saying that if a patient goes see a doctor for a pain point, they can't afford it. Of course, if the doctor sells a 10K pill for the same pill they can find for $200 in the market, of course they will say no. So just focus on retainers. So you will have, for example, 5 clients who will pay $1,000 per month, for example. So in 30 days, you will make your first 5K per month. And guess what? Right now, you will have money to leverage, to invest into your business, quit your job, or even maybe quit school and prove to your parents that right now you're able to make money online. So guys, let me right now explain also the journey of new agencies and how to avoid also some mistakes people usually do. Okay. So phase 1, I call it the automation beginner. At that stage, a lot of people follow only trend, right? And even myself, I did that in the past. I went to YouTube and I put it, how to make money with AI. I'm sure if you watch this, it's the first reflex you did in the past to learn how to sell AI to businesses, okay? But let me tell you, every single time the algorithm, right, they only push videos where there's mostly likes, views, right? But the real question you have to ask yourself is this video valuable for myself? And is this video giving me some knowledge to actually how to make money and leverage AI? And guys, unfortunately, even myself, again, I did it in the past, and every single time I came with these videos about people telling you, hey, you can make $32,000, you can make 5K, you can make 9K, you can make 6K selling like chatbots. Brother, let me tell you, unless you don't work with a high top company in your area, like I did in the past, it's hard. Here's the truth, guys.
Nobody will give you this type of contracts. And the reason why is because you need a great network to try to get these type of contracts. Okay. And even with that, right now in 2025 and 2026, a lot of people are knowing about this industry. So they know that they can go hire someone on Fiverr, on Upwork, or even like small freelancers for even 75% less than your original price, right? That's the truth. So what happened is these people face only new trends, right? They follow what we call the shiny object syndrome. They see like one good video that pops up, a lot of comments, a lot of people telling them what to do, but at the end of the day, this is not what the market is looking for. Okay, so what happens? They watch a guy on YouTube saying you can make again 5K with a no-code website or a simple automation, and you can sell it to a business. Okay, so what happens? They buy courses, they learn tools, they build a small workflow and automations. They try to sell them for 1K or even 200, 500 if you're lucky. And every single time, you know what they say? Hey, let me call you later, right? Why? Here's the truth, guys. Okay. The offer is too basic. Every beginner sells the same thing. The business owner sees zero high value outcome for their company and everything feels like a commodity. This is the painful reality check every single beginner face, okay? Let me tell you something, okay? You are not the only one trying to automate cold email, trying to automate maybe DMs, right? And the reason why is because right now in 2025 and 2026, very soon, all these big companies, CRM, like Go High Level, HubSpot, right? All these big CRM platforms, basically CRM, guys, if you don't know what it is, it's a software where companies keep their data, right? So even if you try to integrate AI into their platforms, these companies have already devs and also free automations under CRM. So even if you come and try to sell it for 200 and 500, they'll be like, I can just pay HubSpot for $200 a month, $100 per month, or sometimes even for free. Why do I have to trust you, right? And what happens is every single beginner comes into this boat, right? So what happens? Then maybe later they will see again a new beginner trying to sell the same thing. What happens? You go from 1K, right, which is impossible to close, to 500, right? He calls you, if he calls you, okay? What happens? Hey, by the way, Harold, yeah, I'm interested, but you know why? I have this company, they offer the same thing for half of the price. When you start, you want to make money so fast and so easy that the first reflex is, yeah, let's do it. Brother, if you want to make 10K, do the math. How many clients do you need with this type of model to make your first 5K or even $10,000 per month? It's a lot. And trust me, the worst part is when you have to manage all these clients, retain them, give results, make them happy. That's another process that you have to face. So maybe today you'll make 2K per month with, I don't know, 10 clients at $200. But what if next month you lose all these clients because the CRM offers the same thing, or maybe they learn how to do it by themselves? Okay. So guys, don't be fall into this trap in 2025 and 2026 about the automation beginner. Okay, so let's get into phase 2. So phase 2, the value awakening stage. This is where you guys realize that AI is very more than just automations. Okay, you guys realize that in this phase, people finally understand that, okay, I'm not selling only automations or small workflows. I'm selling AI humans. Okay, so you picture this to yourself. How can AI reduce costs? How can AI generate revenue? How can AI improve workflows? Can be for sales, can be for process, can be for onboarding for their clients, right? And how can AI solve real problems that matter to businesses, okay? So when this switch happens, you guys stop being automation sellers and you start becoming value creators, right? Don't forget, companies will pay you based on the value that you bring to every single new prospect, okay? So in this stage, you guys need to think, what painful problem can I solve, of course, with AI? Where is the biggest inefficiency, okay? And how can AI transform these problems into a right offer, right? in this industry. So you guys become, instead of following a trend, to be an expert in the market, right? But guys, again, this is where decent money comes. You can make your first 500, you can make your first 700. If you're lucky, maybe $1,000, right? But it's very, very hard, I'm telling you guys, because even if you manage to do it, right? Truth is, when you create a system with AI, it's not the first week that AI will perform like crazy, right? Because your AI agent needs data from every single business. So what happens, right? Every single time, there might be some bugs, some errors. So in a week, maybe the company will realize, is it worth it to pay $1,000 a month for this small AI voice or automations, right? The truth is, what they will do is they might hire like humans, right? They might hire people in the Philippines, in India, whatever country they find cheap labor, right? So again, what happens is you can't charge retainers, because if you charge retainers, they will be like, yeah, but I can hire people cheaper in Asia or Africa or even South America, right? So what happens? Revenue is inconsistent. You compete again on price, and let me tell you, in 2025 and 2026, a lot of people will try to be in that stage, right? Even worse, in the first stage, okay? So how can you be different, right? This is where I call the market reality check. You realize that, okay, I need even more than just AI voice agents. I need more than just automations. How can I be someone so valuable that I know I can conquer the market? And this is where you guys need to be in stage 3, right? For this new year that is coming, that I call the transformation partner. Why partner? Every single time, companies need to see you as a partner, right? That they know they cannot find anywhere else, okay? The reason why is they don't want to hire people, they don't want to train them, they don't want to pay them, they don't trust them, okay? And even if they do, what's going to happen is at the end of the month, they will pay very more expensive, right? For example, marketing agency, setter, closers, devs, assistant, right? They will pay maybe at the end of the month. And I've seen it for my clients, $5K to even $10,000 a month. So as you come here to their business as a partner for $2,000 per month, $3,000 per month, upfronts, right? That's when they see you as someone very valuable, okay? So keep in mind, you're becoming the trusted expert, not a service provider, okay? This is, guys, the elite level, and this is where you want to be in phase 3. Okay, because in that phase, you need to understand, I don't have to be a dev. I don't need to be a freelancer. I don't want to be a small workflow builder. I don't want to be a chatbot maker. Instead, you guys become a problem solver for a specific niche in the market with a high value outcome. Okay, so when you create a complete offer, it needs to come with discovery, diagnosis, AI strategy, implementation, optimization, management, and even more, okay? When you come to these companies with this type of offers, that's when they're like, okay, this is the partner who's going to solve a mission with the critical problem that I have right now. They see you as someone who brings an ecosystem for their business that solves pain points in that industry with a high value, right? That will move their business from point A to point Z. At that point, guys, you don't follow anymore any trends. Now you have to follow the market. Again, I repeat, don't follow trends, follow the market. What does the market want? Here's the analogy that I have every single time. These companies, Fiverr, Johnson & Johnson, they don't sell random pills. They know the exact formula that eliminates, for example, a bacteria or a disease in the market. They know right now in this market, there's a problem, there's a pain point for a specific type of people. Not everyone is qualified for the pill, but they know every single time there's people who might need a new solution to solve their biggest pain points, right? They don't say, okay, I'm going to sell this pill. Maybe next week I'll have some sales. No, they analyze the market first, okay? And what they do is they come with a solution, okay? Think about it, okay? Imagine you're a patient, okay? You go to see a doctor. The doctor comes, he says, hey, by the way, for your pain point, okay, here's the solution. Imagine if the pain is so big from the last
6 months, do you really think that this prospect, this patient will say to the doctor, it's too expensive? I don't see the value? No, it's impossible, right? So you as an agency owner, as an AI agency owner, you need to understand that every single time when you have the right solution, the right ecosystem for a pain point in the market, that's when people come and they can never say no because you understand their pain points. And what you created, the ecosystem, the AI infrastructure solves their pain point, okay? And that's when you create a no-brainer offer. Cool, so right now that you know you need to have retainers to start, forget upfronts, forget some things people will say on YouTube, start with the right way, don't be greedy. And now that you understand how the market is moving, how to find your ICP, how to find your avatar buyer, and how to price your system, it's now time to understand how can I get clients. That's the most important part of your agency, because guess what? That's when you make money. So once you have your ICP, once you have your avatar buyer, you will need opportunities. And guess what? When you start, there's always 3 ways to do it. The first one, of course, is with paid ads. You will need to learn how to use Meta Ads Manager. And guess what? A lot of people think that our social media platforms are free, but what's not free? It's your data. And that's why you need to use Meta as the platform to get opportunities. Your goal as an agency owner is to have per month between 30 and 50 warm leads interested in your offer. And guess what? When you will run ads, you will need to target your ICP. So everything you do, your offer, your video, your copywriting, it needs to be based, for example, as I said before, let's say brokers. You will need to call out your ICP with their language, because right now you understand how the market is moving, their pain points, and you have the solution to these pain points. And guess what? If they see your ads, they will click on it, and that's when you will be able to make money. That's the part where usually you guys will have to invest money on paid ads, okay? The other part, which is free, is cold calling, guys. I promise you, a lot of people like on this model, and the reason why is people are afraid to speak to businesses. You will have to scrape leads from your niche. You can use, for example, Apollo instantly to scrape these leads. And right now, your goal is call 100 calls per day. Again, you will need to cold call your ICP, because when you outreach people, you're calling out their pain points with your solution is very important. So you can't go broad. You can't be too generic, because guess what? Every single day they get again the same calls from other agencies, versus at some point, once you know how to speak the language of your ICP, you will have appointments. If we go on volume, this is what I did in the past to have my first retainer. It's in total per month, you will be able to call 3,000 businesses. And guess what? At the end of the month, that will be 3,000 calls only through cold calling. And the best combination to do cold calling is with cold DMs. Again, by scraping your leads from your niche, you will be able to send 100 DMs. And guess what? After this part, I will show you guys how to outreach in the right way your prospects to get your first clients. After the whole month, again, that will be another 3,000 DMs per month. Your goal, guys, is have so many opportunities that it will be unthinkable to have 50 book calls in the whole month. And I'm talking about cold outreach plus warm leads through your ads. You will need, guys, this is the usual KPIs people have when they start: 50 book calls, 30 calls who show up, and your goal is to close 6 clients at 1,000 to 1,700 per month. As I said again, you don't have to be greedy. Your goal is to make your first 5 to 10K per month to one, have case study, leverage money to invest more into your ads. You can also now pay your systems, for example, Apollo or Instantly. And also the best part, you will be able to pay yourself. And I promise you guys, if you repeat this whole ecosystem every single day for a single month, but right now you know how to call out your ICP, that's when you will be able to make money. Guys, no offense, there's a lot of people on YouTube promising that it's possible again to sell chatbots, to sell 10K upfront systems. Not when you start. You don't want to burn your time, money, and you want to quit ASAP your current situation. Of course, the first goal is find 5 clients, and now again, you can quit school, you can have testimonials, and you can also upsell your clients in the future with new systems. Hello guys, welcome to this free training where I'll show you how you can get your first AI client in just 7 days. Because every single day, people text me like, Harold, I can't get every single sales, or I don't even have any single book call. And brother, trust me, it's not because you don't have any case studies, it's not because you don't have any audience, and it's not because you don't have any money for the ad spend, because I've been here in the last 3 years, and if I knew this blueprint, that's for sure in just a matter of a couple of days, I will get my first clients, right? And brother, let me show you, I don't even have 100 followers on IG on my business page, and all the people that follow my page are only my friends. So how the hell, Harold, are you getting these clients every single month? Let me tell you, the mindset shift you need to understand is you don't need 100 leads. You don't need any crazy fancy tools, for example, like Instantly, where you send like 10,000 cold emails every single month. And I know it costs a lot of money, like $500 per month. So the first part is you need to define what you're actually selling. And not bother, I'm not talking about AI setups or a system that automates cold emails, right? I'm talking about client acquisition, SOPs, sales process, or something that businesses are already paying for or even tried in the past, but it's too hard to maintain or just too expensive, right? Once you found that niche and that problem, it's time to understand there's competition, right? So you need to speak their language. How? Let me show you, right? So the first part is identify your local market. Pick up a niche. For example, let's say real estate brokers in Montreal. The third part is what is their language? How can I relate to them? Is it because they want homeowners, visits, transactions? What are these people looking for? For example, let's say I go for brokers. I know they want homeowners, I know they want visits, and I know they want transactions. So every single time that I will run cold outreach or ads, I have to speak their language to attract these people, okay? Once you pick that niche and your market, okay, how many of these people are in Montreal, for example, right? Okay, cool, there's 1 million people, for example, right, in Montreal. Now, it's time to understand I need to put a unique mechanism into my software. For example, every single time people have the mistake of saying, for example, if you're a broker in Montreal, I have this AI voice agent that will answer your customer calls every single month. Brother, every single time, as I said, they see the exact same ads. So you need a unique mechanism that will be like, okay, what is this? For example, if you're a broker in Montreal, I have the AI Montreal brokerage system to deliver between 5 and 15 new transactions every single month. That's when they see something different as an offer for your service, okay? Now, day 2, you need to build a simple system demo that you know that they speak their language, it solves what they're looking for, and from there, you'll need to create a Loom video, okay? And trust me, it doesn't need to be like with a crazy camera, a crazy presentation, because they're only looking for an outcome. That's what they want. So trust me, 1 to 2 minutes, it's enough, right? Because that will be the unique mechanism and the trigger that will make these people book a call with you, okay? From there, day 3 to 6, you need to send 100 looms every single day. How? Let me tell you, every single people on YouTube or even on Instagram will tell you, you just need to pitch a basic message like, hey Harold, I built this AI system for brokers in Montreal to book them between 5 and 15 new transactions every single month. They don't care. Why? Because every single time they get the same messages, they need something that they will answer. Why? Because two options. Or you send a message and it's too generic, or even if they see it, it will be on spam, right? Because most of them doesn't accept messages for people who they don't follow, okay? So what you need to do is very simple. You need to pitch your offer or something with a story, a post, or even a highlight. For example, hey Carlos, are you selling also houses in Westmount of Montreal? They could say yes, and that's when you pass from the spam to now the general inbox of these people. And now it's time to pitch your personalized offer with a voice message. Very important, guys. Why? Because if you send the pitch through DM, they can just see it even before opening their inbox. So the message is very simple. Hey Harold, I saw you're a broker in New York. I'm from there too. I came across one of your Instagram posts and I thought to reach it out. I built a simple system that books between 10 and 20 extra showings per month using AI without you to lift a single finger. Do you want me to show you how it works in just 1 minute? So when you send that message, they have no option to listen to your offer because they think you're maybe a customer, right? So when you send that voice message, they'll be like, okay, it sounds interesting. I've never saw an offer like this, specifically with AI. Like, what is this AI Montreal brokerage system? Okay. Cool, so here's a bonus I will share with you guys. Let's say the customer or prospect say yes, but they don't get back to you, okay? You need to find their number, can be on their Instagram page, on their Facebook page, or even on their website. Usually every single entrepreneur, they have their phone number on their page, okay? You call them and you say, hey John, this is Harold, how are you? Good, who is this? Yeah, name, it's Harold. We actually spoke on Instagram through getting more visits using my AI system, right? I was giving you a quick call because, I saw you were interested, right? And I think it'll be simple to just call you and schedule a quick call. What times works best for you this week? You assume the appointment, right? And that's when you book the appointment. And then, of course, if you have a good sales process, you can close these people with only cold DMs, okay? Now, here's the common mistakes I see every single people doing when they want to get their first clients through outreach, right? First, they have a simple offer. Guys, as I said, go watch my last videos where I'll show you guys how you can get a great offer for a specific market. From there, you don't need to spam every single time like crazy, right? You need to send specific messages, okay? And guys, please don't overcomplicate this system because you only need a yes or no. For example, here, I was spamming the same messages every single day in the week with no answer. Versus here, let me translate in English. I said, hey, do you have properties in Westmount? Yes, we can find you. Cool, I sent the same message as I told you guys below. And from there, yes, of course, with pleasure. Excellent, what will be the best time for you? Please call to my office and I'll book a call with you. I called them and booked a call with this very famous agency here in Montreal back in time, okay? Now, bonus 2 for you guys, okay? Here's how you can find high quality leads every single day. You can go, for example, on meme pages, micro influencers, or even friends that you know in this space. From there, what I do is I go into, for example, the comments or even people who they follow. And from there, I see, for example, people who engage with the advice of people who are in a good level in this industry. From there, okay, cool. I saw that these people are, for example, also realtors. And that's when I pitch. And that's when you pitch your offer. Why this process works every time is because not every single, for example, broker cares about their business. When you see people who listen to advices or people in another level in this industry, you have higher chances of them to answer your message, okay? And the last one, which is my favorite, okay? You can go to the Business Enterprises Register, right? For example, in Quebec, we have this page where every single time, let's say there's a cabinet called Harold Brokers Montreal. You can tap here, for example, the company, okay? You'll get all the data, the name, founder, co-founders. So every single time what I do is I go on Instagram, I found the cabinet, for example, I found, for example, the co-founder, which is Harold, okay? From there, that's when I pitch my offer and my message to that co-founder or even CEO, right? And that's when I can get high quality people and I don't get the assistant every single time, okay? So brother, I promise you, if you follow this for just 7 days and you're locked in with a great offer, a working demo, and a great messaging for your cold DM, you will get a lot of appointments, right? Don't overcomplicate this process. Just do it very simple and short and sweet. Now your question might be, okay, Harold, I know how to create an offer. I know how to understand the market. I know how to sell AI. I know what do I need to sell AI agents to my niche. Now, how do I create systems for my clients? You will need to use all these tools to be able to make your systems, okay? For example, to create attention, they will need paid ads on Meta, but in order to show them the right offer for your clients, you will need to create images or videos. And from that part, that's when you bring softwares like Canva, where there's free trials or even free memberships, so you can start giving results to your clients. To create AI voice agents, you can use 11 Labs for your clients. So when a prospect comes in from the static images, from the Meta ad account, right now there's one AI voice agent who will book the appointment. Right now, Harold, how can I connect and create workflows? You will be able to use N8N, Make, which is no-code tools, to right now be able to connect automations, your AI voice agents, into, guess what? The best CRM in the world, which is Go High Level. That's where you will keep the data of your clients, and you will be able to also have control over your clients with this system. Again, Zapier, another good software to create automations and AI systems. And if you do images and also videos for your clients to bring attention, you can use CapCut, which is free, to right now edit videos that you will find, for example, on Canva. Once you understand what your clients need to bring the outcome and results, you can call out these people through static images, okay? And if you create these whole ecosystems with all these platforms, that's when they see value. So let's recap. The best software to find data for your clients is Meta, okay? To bring clients to your clients, you will need to create offers and show your services of your clients, and you will need to create images and videos with Canva, and you can edit all these ads for your clients on CapCut. To create sales process, systems, speed to lead, AI voice agents, AI SMS, you can create a CRM on Go High Level. You can create AI voice agents on 11 Labs. And the last part, to create systems for follow-ups, reminders, you will use Zapier, Make, or N8N. So right now, when you create this whole ecosystem, everything is connected on Go High Level, okay? So let's say right now you have a real estate offer. Now that you understand how to create this whole package for your clients, you can read this system in the best way possible. Because guess what? You know exactly what people need. You will know how to create lead generation and authority for your clients, and you will know how to create appointments and also convert and keep data into a system for your clients. And guess what? If you jump on a call with your ICP and you can call out every single pay point, what they want to make money with your system, even this small presentation, guys, is enough. You can use Lucidchart to create an offer like this, and now that you speak their language, you can now sell your system and offer to the market. So now, guys, that you know everything you will need to know to create systems, create your offer, the real thing with AI marketing agencies, it's also a sales business. So these are the 5 mistakes I see people making every single time when they launch their offer. Everything could be perfect. You guys can have the right ICP, the right avatar buyer, the right offer, the right pricing model, the right script, but we live in a world of sharks with businesses who are even maybe sharper than you. And guess what? If you do these mistakes that I will show you on the next point, unfortunately, everything that I showed you before will be useless. So guys, listen to these 5 mistakes and don't do it, please, okay? Top 5 mistakes new AI agencies make and how to avoid them. Trust me, when I tell this, it's based on experience. Since 2023, I was able to learn this new era about AI, this new gold rush. And trust me, I even been to Dubai and trying to sell commoditized offers to car dealerships. I was doing door-to-door, right, 35 degrees every day for 2 weeks. Toward the end, make 0 sales. That's the truth. And even though I failed and I had to come back here to Montreal and, work again, make more money, eventually I figure out the way on how to avoid these mistakes and now print money. And that's where after only 2 months of locked in, understanding the market, I was able to cash collected my first retainer at $4,000 per month. As you guys can see here, Bank of Montreal, Midas Solutions AI, that's my company. So guys, if you want to learn from someone who wastes time and a lot of money, guys, to get to the point where am I right now, watch the video, guys, and trust me, the last point is what will make you successful if you avoid these problems, okay? So let's get into it. So the first mistake that I see people doing is they chase too many niches. I know. You want to target all the market so you can make more money. That's the most logical thing. But let me tell you, if you're trying to serve everyone instead of focusing on only one clear ICP, you are going to fail. Let me explain. You think again that more opportunities equal more clients. And guys, let me tell you, if you think every day that this process is what's going to make you successful and make your first 5 to 10K per month, you are wrong, because every ICP have different problems and systems, okay? For example, let's say again, your teeth hurts badly, right? You want to have the solution for that pain. You have 2 options. First one, it's a doctor, okay? And the second one is a dentist, okay? Which one do you think is the best fit for your pain point? Of course, the dentist. You know why? Even though the doctor is qualified and also an expert, the only one who can truly understand what do you really need is the dentist. So guys, you don't have to go broad. You have to understand the exact pain points that have your ICP, and then you come with the solution. And let me tell you, brother, it's better to have 10 calls like these ones, okay, than 50 calls too broad. Let me explain. Because every time you try to go on volume, you will never know what went wrong on every single call. And trust me, you don't have 20 minutes to 30 minutes to understand how an ICP and a market or even a niche is working. That's why the only way to scale, right, to 5K to 10K per month is if you track your KPIs. Let me give you an example. Let's say every week you're getting 10 calls like this. You are the expert. You have the right solution. You understand your ICP. Every single time you'll have maybe out of these 10 calls, maybe just 3 clients. This means every time you have 10 new opportunities to get on a call, you close 3 clients, let's say at $1,000, right? And this means every time you have 10 new opportunities, you'll have 3K cash collected profit, okay? And that's how you can prevent to, waste time, money, and also make sure that every single month your revenue is consistent. Because even if you have 50 calls like this, let me tell you, your KPIs will be so random that you'll never know how much money you will make the next month. Even with that, you'll never understand how this market is moving. And guess what? Next month, you will start again from scratch, maybe even $0 per month, okay? So guys, trust me, focus on the first point, which is find an ICP. Guys, do this and trust me, if you avoid this mistake that everyone is doing, you'll have your first client. So guys, let's get into point 2. Now, the second mistake people do, and guys, I promise you, I love Alex Hormozi. He's a very inspiring guy, but I don't agree about working for free to get your first clients. Let me explain, guys. Even myself, I tried in the past, and even my friends, my circle, and guess what? We all agreed into the same point. This is the biggest mistake when you start, because you get cheap clients and also demanding clients. Even if it's free, they will always ask for more. And guess what? The most important thing is your time. You don't have 1 month, 2 months, 3 months to make your first clients who pay you. And let me tell you, these clients, they will be so headache that it will take maybe 2 months, 3 months to realize that they're not the best fit. Because let me tell you, if these guys, they don't make money and they can't even pay you guys $1,000 for your service, guess what? It's the reason why they're broke. Because if they don't have money, it's because they don't have clients. And let me tell you, sometimes even if you put opportunities in front of these people, they will never be able to close. And again, you start from the same loop. And also, guys, the worst thing is, okay, cool. Let's say you work for free. They don't have the right funds to leverage ads, SEO, and other money that they'll have to pay, for example, for the CRM, the AI voice agent credits. So guess what? You will lose also money. And guess what? Also, you can't deliver good results. Not because you're bad, but because your client is always demanding and cheap and broke. Let me tell you, working for free is the worst point to start, because every time the cycle will restart. And guys, since I'm here, let me give you guys a bonus, okay? You guys will need something that we call an avatar buyer, okay? That's some free sauce, guys, that I'm revealing right now, so you guys can make your first offer and your first clients. An avatar buyer is, okay, cool, I have an ICP, but it doesn't mean that all the people who are on a call with me can afford it, even if your solution is insane, okay? And that's why the avatar buyer is a point, right? Is identifying your ICP who makes at least, for example, 10K per month. So you know that even if they have bills, rent, food to pay per month, they can still afford your $2,000 per month retainer plus the ads. And once you understand that, you know that you only need 10 guys like these where the money is not the problem. It's only the trust. And guess what? If you are, as I said, the expert as this part here, guess what? It will be a no-brainer offer. Guys, I'm revealing so much sauce that please share, like, and put a comment and subscribe to the channel, okay? So let's get into point 2. Now, point 3 is where most of you guys will fumble, and let me explain. Let's say you guys have your ICP. Let's say you guys have your avatar buyer. Guess what's going to happen? You get on a call, you have a prospect, and he says, Harold, if I close deals, I promise you, I will give you a good percentage, and I promise that you will make even more money. Think about it. If I close XYZ clients, I can pay you $5,000 per month. Guess what's going to happen? First, you don't trust them. You don't know them. They can lie. And I promise you, brother, I did it in the past. They will never give you more money than your retainer. So guess what? You don't have control again about your ROI. So if you're a beginner, never fumble for this type of prospects, because let me tell you, if these guys want to have a rev share, it's because they see already something valuable on your service, okay? So don't fumble, guys. Never say yes, because again, these people will never have funds to leverage for the ads again. Rev share is only when you trust and you know your client, like myself. I have clients that I can upsell for new features and I take percentages. But since I know how much money they make, if they're good in sales, and also if I can trust them Let me tell you, I'll say yes, but even with that, they pay me retainers because they can also lie about the real sales. How do you want to track every single time when they make money? You can't. That's the truth. And most of the time, again, they are demanding. So again, you lose time plus money. And again, the cycle restart and you lost motivation. Okay. Please don't fumble for the work for free and also about the doing pay me later or rev share deals. Okay. So guys, let's get into the point 4. Now, this point is one of the most common that I see every single time with beginners. They get on a call, they agreed on the payment. You guys understood that the pay me later is not good. Work for free is not good. You have your ICP. And guess what? You're on a call. The prospect says, yeah, I'm ready to go. Give me until tomorrow. Let me tell you, some of you guys, what happened that I see every single time is you celebrate too soon. You think that because the prospect signed a contract or said something that they will pay tomorrow or Friday or next week, the money is already in your bank account. So here's what happens. You get on the call, prospect sign maybe even the contract or says it's a yes, you celebrate and you do things with your money that you didn't even cash collected. And again, you call them, no answer, or they said, hey, Harold, you know what? Let's pause your offer. And again, you get mad. You don't have any money. You have money to repay to your bank account. And again, you lose motivation. Let me tell you guys, if you start with your business, money is not real until they pay. Again, guys, you have to understand the real commitment in our days, unfortunately, is if someone pays you. Because the truth is, people, even then, if there's a contract, they can just ghost you. You're a beginner. You don't have money to go to trial. And again, even if you do, it's a waste of time. The real time when you know if your client is committing is when they pay. So guys, never celebrate too soon. Money is what will make business talk. And also if they like your system. Okay. So let's get into point 5, which is the last one and my favorite. Now, number 5, I know it's too obvious, but let me tell you, a lot of you guys lack of discipline. You think that maybe just ads, it's enough. Let me tell you, here's what happened. You run ads, okay? You chill and you wait for leads or appointments. But guess what? You can have no shows. You can have even unqualified people. And again, you burn opportunities also sometimes because let's say, I don't know, today you're very bad at sales. And guess what? You're just getting more time wasted. Instead, what you have to understand is the more sales calls you have and the more deals you can get. Don't just rely on ads. For example, you can DM 100 people. Guys, I did the math. It takes only 1 hour of your day. Do you truly believe that you can scale to 5-10K per month? If you do, guys, you have no excuse. Even cold call 100 people, it takes 2 hours of your time. Now, let me tell you, if you guys, I tell you today that if you run ads, if you call 100 people per day of your ICP, if you DM 100 people per day, after 30 days, you'll never be able to have at least 5 clients. It's impossible. So if you lack of discipline, of course, you will never see results. And guys, I promise you, how much is 100 DMs per day? How much is 100 cold calls? It's 6,000 plus warm leads from the ads. Guys, it's impossible that you can fail. Okay? And this is the biggest mistake I see people doing. They get too comfortable. Okay? So guys, if you like the video, go follow my Instagram, like, share. I hope this video will help you guys to start from the great bottom for your offer and specifically right now in this new era of AI. So after all of this, let me tell you why AI marketing agencies are the best business models in 2025 and 2026. Guys, I have learned from millionaires, okay? And one thing is clear. Let me tell you, once you understand how to scale businesses, I promise you at some point, you will be so good in what you do that you'll be also able to acquire businesses, scale them, and sell them. Or even as I said before, with the two models, people will offer you to be part of their business. And that's when you can also scale to the moon with this model. Okay, let me tell you, the only cost of jumping into the AI gold rush is your time compared to other models like dropshipping, e-commerce, or even other models that exist into the market. So guys, that was everything for this free course. If everything is unclear about what I said, you can always text me on Instagram, or you guys can also text me here on YouTube. So guys, thank you for watching this video, because the truth is, everything that I said is theory. The only way how to make your first clients and money with AI is by taking action and applying what I said to your offer. So guys, again, if you have any question, please just subscribe, like, and share. And guys, I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.